October 25th, 2024. Welcome to Wrestling Inc. I'm Glenn Rubenstein, joined by Flobo Boyce.
Hey!
Tonight, talking about Smackdown. Where? Brooklyn.
Brooklyn! It's my hometown, baby.
Nice. I was just there on Sunday watching the Liberty clinch their first WNBA championship.
Are WNBA finals tickets super expensive? Or
No, I mean, well, it wasn't cheap. It was like $100 and change for the nosebleeds, but I mean, it wasn't like what WrestleMania tickets are going for in Vegas.
Ooh, you're not wrong, man. 10,000 for the floor for
That's
Mania?
insane.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Just watch it on Peacock for free, man.
I mean, I get it.
Do
Right?
you?
I understand, hey, you're in Vegas, if you build it, they will come, because there's going to be people who are going to fly and pay that money. But like Disneyland, like I can't afford Disney, but people pay that money. But I can't imagine being ringside. Back in the days when it used to be $40 at your ringside to pay 10 grand. Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing about Mania. If you're not in those key sections, you might as well just watch it on Peacock. In fact, I've seen people in the nosebleeds watching the stream because you're getting a better view there than you ever possibly would.
That was me at 39 in Inglewood.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I understand the energy and just being in there, but come on.
Yeah, and after a while, you don't even feel that. Like I went to Mania 39 in LA. Nosebleeds were $560, and I was like, man, this sucks.
Do you remember at Dallas in 2016 they have those end zone tickets? It was like you could just get in the building. What was it for, like $50 or $100? No seat, but you could get in the building.
Yeah,
and basically just wander around.
I like that. I mean, that's what I do anyway. Really, I mean, do you really stay in your seats? I don't.
Yeah. What I like to do is get in there and then go on StubHub and look for seats that are unsold and be like, if I can just get down there.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
No, that's not strategy. I think that all the time.
Most ushers don't even care. They're like, I'm not paid enough to check after this time. Really.
But anyhow, tonight, SmackDown, we got new tag team champions.
Word.
We got the Bloodline on the precipice.
Hell yeah.
Of reuniting. Well, the original Bloodline. Flobo's got moves.
I'm breakdancing in my seat.
Yeah.
It's Halloween, baby. Got to figure out to support the legend of the culture, the craft, Ray Gun. What?
Best breakdancer in Oceania, man. Most famous breakdancer in the world. More famous than Turbo and Ozone combined.
Turbo. That is a deep cut, Glenn. Come on.
What? Before Ray Gun, they were the most famous breakdancers of all time.
Kids nowadays don't know them.
Everybody knows Boogaloo Shrimp and Shabadoo.
Oh man, I feel old already, dude.
Distant third was Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
He was the third most popular breakdancer. But now Ray Gun dominating them all, man.
Word.
Yes. Before we dive into SmackDown tonight, what's going on in the news?
A lot of things happened in the news this week. We're talking about WrestleMania, but let's talk about the purchase of TKO Holdings, the parent company of WWE and UFC. Added 3 more businesses to their portfolio, which to me sounds like a reorg, but hey, look, it's an acquisition from parent company Endeavor. PBR, that's right. The bull riding circuit is now going to be part of TK Holdings on location. The hospitality arm, the one that offers those high price tickets to WrestleMania, are now part of TK Holding as well. And IMG, the sports management arm of Endeavor, are all under the TKO umbrella. Wow, isn't that crazy? TKO adds to their portfolio. What say you?
That's hella crazy.
Hella, yeah. Bull riding and UFC, man, Vegas is going to be lit, bro. Every weekend.
Here's the idea. Can we get bull riding in a WrestleMania match?
How'd that even look like? Would it be like Brawl for All, but it's all with bulls?
2 competitors, each of them on a bull.
Okay.
And they got to fight each other. But you can't be thrown from the bull.
So the match is 8 seconds long.
I mean, it'd be interesting. Like the movie 8 Seconds.
That's awful. Ring the bell.
That'd be amazing. Oh my God. Could you imagine saying you have to ride the bull out to the ring?
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's potential here. But no, they're diversifying their income streams. Good on them.
Whoa, try Julian Floyd, the high roller there.
Yeah.
Just skybox seats at WNBA 5. I mean, truthfully, you had to be there, but I was kind of worried the 2 stars of Liberty decided not to show up for Game 5. Nescu. What the heck was that?
Dude, okay, let me tell you something. Like, we know, everyone knows, like a lot of people went hard for the WNBA this year. A lot going on there. If you look at the Aces Liberty series and how trying that was when the Liberty knocked the Aces out, then going right into Liberty versus the Lynx, going to 5 full games in overtime in the 5th game.
Should have been 4. You know that.
Yeah,
That should have been 4.
Were so tired. You could just tell by the end of that, like, it was just, please let this be over.
Right.
It was not, no one was playing at their best in game 5.
Oh, who's the MVP? She was cool. What's her name?
Cole Jones.
Yeah, she was the only person like doing layups for the culture.
She was great. But yeah, Ionescu and Brianna Stewart looked both just exhausted.
Clang.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? We finally get a championship. The only charter team to not have one got one.
Yeah, and the real star, Ellie the Elephant.
Yeah, I would say this, and this, shout out to the Liberty organization for a bunch of reasons, but this is especially. So the ticket tape parade was yesterday in New York, and they invited Maddie, the original mascot from when they were owned by the Knicks. It was pretty cool.
Oh shit! Tonight, they didn't do, because they were in Barclays. I want to see Ellie the Elephant and Bianca Belair.
Yes, that's posted on Reels.
Okay.
They did a little step back.
I was gonna say, like, because that's simpatico.
I'm on my own.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta check it out. I gotta show the missus that, because she's gonna dig that.
She's Bianca fan? No.
Well, Bianca and Ellie.
Yeah. Well, Ellie's the best mascot in sports right now.
Yeah, she's really good. But yeah, man, that energy was insane. But no box seats. Wow, Julian Floyd. And I bought tickets late. I could have got them cheaper if I would have got them during like game 1 or 2. But during game 3, I was like, this could go to 5.
Smart thinking.
Yeah.
The con was on. Should have been a 4-game series. But
you think?
I think so. The shenanigans in the last minute of game 4, I didn't like it. But I'm biased.
And the weird thing being that high up, all the controversy about fouls, I didn't see anything. I'm just sitting there watching people play, and all of a sudden there's a whistle, and I'm like, I guess something happened.
I'll take your word for it, ref.
We were about to leave when Brianna was shooting her free throws at the end of the 4th quarter. We were like, well, maybe this is done. And then it tied. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll sit back down and stay. And there was overtime, and they just dragged it out with the timeouts, the resets. Like, yeah, man, that went on and on and on.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. That was the same night as the Mets game. So I was like going before them. Yep. Yeah. Well, at least one of them was happy.
Yeah, there you go. What else is going on in the news? Although Man Cave Session saying wait for the day of to buy Mania tickets. Yeah, this dynamic pricing stuff, like, just take a stand. Allegiant ain't selling out.
It's not, but the problem with Allegiant is that it's in Las Vegas, and so the hotels are not as nearly as dynamic as WrestleMania. So you got to make a decision that you're going to either sleep in your car or go way off strip or come from somewhere else.
No shortage of hotels. No shortage of hotels.
No shortage. We got to be so strategic about when you decide to buy in, because you have to buy in your lodging.
No. You know what? I booked the hotel the second they announced it. I was like, I'm going to book my hotels, and I live 25 minutes from the strip.
Yeah, why? Because you want to get crunk?
No, because I want to be able to podcast. I want to be able to do interviews. I want to have like a base.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. What did you say?
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But no, I booked it right when they announced the dates, because I'm like, I got to book this before the hotels know that this is happening.
Smart.
And the jacket, but look, man, there's no shortage of hotels in Vegas.
Absolutely, you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
shout to F1.
Yeah. Apparently, people weren't that willing to pay for it. Funny how that worked out. What else is in the news?
So, speaking of baseball and teams and championships, the World Series is happening right now. The LA Dodgers against the New York Yankees, and blah 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 blah. Damian Priest is a big fan of the Yankees. He was in their hype video. Blah 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 blah. So, Glenn, do you love Damian Priest? Support the Yankees? Because I'm thrilled.
He's got a really good voice.
No, he doesn't. I mean, I'm kidding. He does. I'm just bitter. Okay. Why is New York? Why are the Dodgers in the World Series? It was supposed to be our year, man. OMG.
New York versus LA, though. That's kind of nice.
No, man. Look, they're both evil teams. Which evil empire do you want to support? The Mets were fun. Are the Yankees fun?
Well, I'm glad, Flobo, that this is the only time someone's going to say they have to decide the lesser of two evils to support this fall. And it's the World Series.
That's a thinking man's joke. I like that. But I'm just saying, man. Anyway, Damian Priest, it's on my docket. He's a former champ. Of course, he says all rise. They say all rise when Aaron Judge hits a home run. There's a connection. Blah, 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 blah. Cut the check. When's payday?
I think he should have received something today.
Hey. I'm going to Vegas.
Anyhow, what's up to Ebony Washington? Samantha, who's saying staying at the Flamingo for free, but have to give up eating for the Mania ticket that they bought. Danny Cochran, Julian Floyd, Man Cave Sessions, Brianne Milligan, Jose, Tony Kaname.
There's your
stalking you and all the rest.
Your charity vibes. Support this one wrestling fan who will go hungry over 3 nights. Because you got to get Raw and SmackDown too. That's 4 nights of you. and also NXT. Poor guy, poor girl.
Yeah, it's tough. Any other news? Any other news stuff?
Well, there has been some discussions about Def Rebel and their lack of approval rating when it comes to the WWE music. Personally, I don't mind them as much, but I will say when it comes to Royal Rumbles, I'm always like, wait, who's that? Anyway, it looks like some of the talent don't really appreciate the songs, much like some of the fans. And even though there has been talk about WWE using licensed music, much like how AEW does for some of their talents, that really hasn't been on the docket yet, even though some of the pay-per-views have licensed music. But WWE as an organization is aware of the Def Rebel situation, and there was a job that went out for a music director role, possibly to help curate some of the creative efforts from the Def Rebel side. So looks like WWE is aware, but the Def Rebel hate and is trying to correct it.
I would wager some money that that new musical director is going to turn WWE onto the wonders of AI music and figure out a way to redo some stuff and copyright it.
To be fair, the music in wrestling is almost AI as it is. It's like,
that's true.
It's like standard lyrics. I'm stronger than you. I'm tougher than you. I'm a champion. Whoa. It's like, okay.
Okay, somebody in the Wrestling Inc. fan community just loop that, put that over a beat, and Flobo, there's your entrance thing.
I don't know. I just feel like everything is always like these like semi-clean. They're clean but semi-tough lyrics about being the best and focused.
I mean, that's wrestling in general. Like, let me tell you what every wrestling feud comes down to. You think you're the best? I'm the best.
No, cool. But I disagree. Remember Rob Conway? Just look at me, dude love. Like, I want something weird like that. I don't want to be like, yo, I stay in the gym. Use a whip. Like, I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Oh, Samantha has a room. Never mind. Flobo, you and Samantha talk about this online.
Hey, if it's free, I'll split free. Come on, let's do this. It's economical.
Flamingo, decent spa.
Oh yeah, you're a spa guy.
I mean, I'm old and everything's falling apart.
Oh, I recommend the Vidara, man.
I'm sure it's nice. I'm just saying, if you want a reasonably priced therapeutic massage, Flamingo is pretty good.
Do you go to the strip as a local anymore or no?
Going tonight. Actually, I'm going off the strip tonight, but I'm going near the strip tonight after this very podcast.
Thanks for coming out, y'all. See you next week.
Yeah. No, I mean, if there's something going on, Andrew Schultz was in town.
With mustache?
Yes, with the mustache. Went to that. Bert Kreischer was in town, went to that.
Oh yeah. Does he still take off the shirt?
That's like in the first 10 seconds of the show, man.
Him and Bobby Lee, man, never have any clothes on.
Bobby Lee opened that show.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. No shirts were used or harmed.
Yeah.
That's it for news, my friend.
Cool. Well, we're gonna run down Halloween Havoc at the end of the show. Let's talk about SmackDown tonight. Let's talk about. I started watching this in the car. I was listening to it because I was driving back, actually from a little spa visit, because it's been a rough week. There's been a lot of travel. Need to get some stuff aligned.
Cold tub, hot tub, sauna.
No, the spa was broken. The cold plunge tub was open, and I was like, I don't want to go jump in there. But it was like, and I got a hot stone massage for the first time. They are not messing around with those hot stones.
I assume they're hot and stones. Yeah,
but they're hot. And what they do with the hot stone, I can't believe we're talking about this. But what they do with the hot stone,
tell me,
is they move it quickly over your body.
Oh,
and so you don't get burned, but you feel like fire is being like rubbed on you.
How relaxing.
I get, but you know what? I feel a little better. I have to admit, like some of my back pain gone.
Yeah, I didn't die tonight. I actually feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I went through trauma, but I guess I survived. That's pretty
Yeah. Have you been in a cold plunge, Flobo? That's essentially the cold plunge.
I dare not.
Yeah, a cold plunge is kind of like, hey, I want to reenact the end of Titanic, but only for like 5 seconds.
I am good. I can't even get to a normal pool half the time, let alone a cold plunge. But
yeah, cold plunge is no joke.
it is not.
But anyhow, so I'm listening in the car, and when Randy Orton said, when he said, Triple H, I want to call you out here because I want this match from Kevin Owens. You're protecting him from me. I was like, no, Randy, I'm protecting you from him. I said that in the car. And then Triple H came out and said the exact same thing.
Well, yeah, if you ever watched a CW show, you know that line, but it was so fun. Yeah. I mean, look, you'll notice on this episode of SmackDown, despite the fact I loved a lot of it was like line to put plot together. So it was weak AF, but it was something that was kind of cool because we saw it coming, play along at home.
I don't know. This Kevin Owens heel turn, man. I mean, it's fine. We want KO versus Cody. We got to get him versus Randy first.
Right. Kevin Owens. I mean, I guess, well, SmackDown needed another heel. I just don't want to see another Kevin Owens heel turn, but that ship has sailed. I feel like he's hit Big Show levels of heel and face turns, but
yeah.
But hey, I think he's a natural heel. He looks like a guy who looks like a jerk. So,
I mean, this man though was a babyface, lovable, America's sweetheart, hiding in a porta potty to hide from Braun Strowman.
America's sweetheart from Canada.
Yeah. Hey, America's sweetheart doesn't have to be American.
That's true.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah. Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah.
Pele.
Pele. Why is there reference from the 70s or
Crocodile
60s?
Dundee?
Okay, all right, you're right.
Yeah,
I stand down.
Sometimes it just takes America by storm.
Word.
Yes. This was fine. So Owens, Randy, Crown Jewel. But we want to see Orton versus Cody, though. So does KO corrupt Randy?
I don't think so, but you really can't just have Randy go after Cody out of nowhere because you had KO beat up Cody. So, and Cody is kind of doing his own thing for now with the Crown Jewel Championship. So you got to give someone else something to do. I think if Crown Jewel didn't have that championship match, yes, but you have to keep Cody out of the equation.
Yeah. Then once and for all, we were going to find out Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Who is the better wrestler? Who would reign supreme? Who would come out of this triumphant? But with LA Knight as the guest referee, wouldn't you know it? No winner due to disqualification.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I like the fact that there was a winner. I like the fact that we have the triple threat match, but the fact that LA Knight says, I'm going to call down the middle, says, nah, and he's a good guy. It's like, wait, what? I get where we have to go, but why are we going this way? This is kind of weird, but I like it though.
This best of 7 thing, maybe it does end up with them as a tag team and they both end up beating up LA Knight.
They're both solitary though. I don't see them. Well,
so was the Bar.
That's true. I just feel like one guy calling himself him and then Andrade just saying like, I'm all about the Sombra or whatever. And then having them together is kind of a weird thing, but I've been wrong before.
Well, never mind. I just had a really bad joke.
Oh, I love bad jokes.
Well, Carmelo is him, but Andrade is Al. So
very nice. See that's a joke you have to like take Spanish classes for. I appreciate that.
Or maybe usted if you're in the formal tense.
Usted Andrade. Lordy.
It kind of works. Yeah. But I mean, fine. It's gonna be a triple threat with LA Knight because it's his game. It's just this has felt, and I'm not saying filler is always bad, but it's kind of pointless. Especially if it's triple threat and LA Knight wins and retains. So you had a best of 7 say who's better, Andrade or Carmelo. Oh, we're tied. We need this one to finish it out. No, LA Knight's like, it's my game. Neither of you win. Now we're gonna do it as triple threat. LA Knight wins. Both of you suck. Like that's That's pretty frustrating.
But well, it looks like LA Knight is going to win, right?
Yes.
Because if you have Andrade or Carmelo win any of that, it just seems like a weird thing. But yes, I don't think it's a waste of time necessarily. I just think it's no answer to whose game is or who's better. You have a division that needs bodies. So you have 3 guys in the US title division. You need 6. You got 3.
They need to become a tag team, and they need to have a backstage segment where they say the real is the friendship we made along the way.
I hate friendship. I hate friends. So dumb.
I mean, if they don't become a tag team at the end of this was so pointless.
Question though, if LA was not on the table, would you, if you were the GM, would you move the belt to somebody else?
I think Carmelo would be a very interesting choice.
Interesting good or interesting bad?
I think he would be good.
Are you answering questions and riddles? Like,
yes.
Hey, is this burger great? It's interesting.
It is interesting. It is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think should happen? Ooh, there we go. That's the worst dodge to.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry, man. If you go out to dodge questions all day, I'm your guy. So I think LA Knight's reign has some mileage in it as him being champ. However, there was nobody left for him to fight. And I think that's the reason why this best of 7 is happening. Not because Andrade and Carmelo want to know who's better. It's because you're just kind of stretching out the U.S. title thing. So I would have LA Knight retain, but I don't know who would be the next opponent. I'm not sure if it's a call-up. I'm not sure if it's a transfer, or I'm not sure if it's an NXT thing. Maybe Obafemi if I had the pen. But I do think there's time for some fresh blood in that division.
Okay. Obafemi, that's an interesting choice.
He has no title.
I mean, for like 48 hours.
Oh, he's not getting it. Well, we'll get to predictions later.
Yeah, okay. So Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton backstage. Jax informs Stratton she's recruited Candice LeRae to help them take care of Bayley and Naomi. Yeah. Tiffany Stratton wanted to do that, but no. Candice is all set up. Then Nick Aldis got mad at LA Knight for his actions, and that's the triple threat. But then Naomi versus Candice LeRae. Indy Hartwell ringside. Bayley doing the distraction run in. Naomi getting the win. Does this weaken our speed champion?
No, because we don't recognize. Well, we do recognize it on commentary, but we never see the title belt. So this is what I'm saying. I loved it. I love Candice LeRae. We know she's great. We haven't seen her forever. She was in a match. She gets to be featured. She's being reintroduced to the WWE universe of fan base. But the very idea of Nia Jax not even liking Tiffany Stratton being like, I'm getting some other person to do your job is kind of like, it's almost like because plot says so. But that aside, it's great. I think everyone won. Naomi had a chance. She got a very critical win. She needed to win after her win-loss record over the past 2 months. Bayley got a chance to be featured. Indy Hartwell got reintroduced. It really was a win to build the women's division.
It was a nice segment. I mean, it wasn't, NXT.
Stop doing that. Yeah, how's Carmelo? Interesting. How's the match? It was nice.
It wasn't.
Give me something. Like great, awful, amazing, terrible, something.
I mean, NXT featured like 48 women in its programming the other night.
You cannot be this beige. It was adequate.
It was good. It was nice. No, you know what? You know what it reminds me of? It's like, this is what I hate. Anytime you watch I'm going to tell you all this, and it's going to ruin this for you. Watch HGTV. Watch any show where they're taking couples around to tour houses, love it or list it, house hunters. Yeah. Every room they're going, oh, it's nice.
It's rustic. Yeah, it's cozy.
Oh, it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It's nice.
Everything's nice.
It's nice.
Once I notice that, I can't watch that anymore. It just drives me crazy. Just
give me a hot take, Glenn. Something to disagree with you on. I'm begging you.
Candice LeRae, underrated.
Not a hot take at all. If she's not on TV, of course she's underrated.
I think she's good. I thought she did well tonight. Naomi, America's sweetheart.
Oh, come on. Yo, Ray Gun or Flow Gun hates this.
No, this was fun tonight. This was a fun match. This was like Naomi winning always puts a smile on my face.
Fair enough. I still don't
I'm
understand the
feeling the
Naomi
glow.
character though. I don't know what that is.
The glow.
What does she like to? Is she a dancer? Does she like to party? Is
She's
she
got
have a
the
positive out?
You've seen Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Yes.
And the glow, you should understand it.
No. That's a different. What I'm saying is Naomi like like the Casey Catanzaro thing or Katana Chan thing where she goes to party a lot? Is she positive?
I mean,
never
why
understood.
do you have to disparage by making the Katana Chance comparison?
Because Katana Chance is an actual partier. Because their characters actually rave.
They are partiers. So, Naomi is a party.
That's what does that mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I don't know what Feel the Glow means. It's been 8 years, 9 years. All I'm saying is Naomi has all the talent. She's on SmackDown where she has a lot of room to move up the card, right? Here's a great opportunity to tweak the character to really bring home some traits that would have people go, damn, I want Naomi to be on this episode, or what's her promo going to be about, or how would Naomi react to this villain or whatever.
I think Naomi, hot take, Naomi is actually the prototypical modern day WWE female superstar, in that I believe of this last decade, and all respect to Molly Holly, Naomi was the mold for you present yourself like a superhero. You are an action figure.
Okay.
Naomi understood that in terms of a defined look, gimmick, instantly recognizable style. She did that and created the template, the blueprint, if you will, for what has worked for most other women in NXT and WWE since.
I don't know. That's a gimmick, but okay.
Because you could even say that, and I'm not saying that, part her, part WWE, part the environment, but when she stopped being a Funkadactyl,
Funk is all around.
which also solid gimmick, Funkasaurus, so much potential. Exactly. No, but I'm saying that if you look at everyone that came after her that succeeded, strong character, like I think that she, not in the diva mold of like, oh, hey, look at me, I'm super hot.
Sure.
I'm saying in terms of like becoming something larger than life as a character.
Right.
I feel like she is the one that set that course.
Fair. I like it.
And as Braxton Hughes is saying, Naomi's self-explanatory. She is what you see.
That's the problem. I think the best characters, or either wrestling is a visual art form. The best characters, male or female, attitude era or present day, or even the old guys, is you can describe them to someone. And I always use Bayley as an example. I'm a big Bayley mark. When she was a hugger, you can't be like, oh, this is a wrestler who loves wrestling. She's like your kid sister. She loves to hug. It's like weird. But when she turned heel, you can say, yo, imagine a Karen that wrestles. And that's something that makes you go, oh. But like with Naomi, you can't do that. You can't like, oh man, Naomi's great. Yeah, like who is she? Well, she loves to dance.
Okay. Have you ever seen a little movie called Xanadu?
With Olivia Newton-John?
Yes. So she's a muse. She's a daughter of Zeus. And at the beginning, they're moving on light. They're moving on electricity. They're inspiring people with their sassy, fun, electric energy. Naomi has a modern day version of that same spirit. All she's missing is roller skates.
I think Jade Cargill's entrance is more like that, but that's just me.
Okay.
Agree, disagree.
Well, Zeus had many daughters.
Hey now. Man got around. God got around. I don't know.
I got to watch Xanadu again.
No, you don't. It does not hold up.
Okay, but the soundtrack is banging though.
Sure. the movie does not hold up though.
It's got the first mashup that I ever heard from that scene in the movie. I think it invented the mashup.
That'd be kind of funny if it did. Yeah.
Because there's that scene with the old timey song, Olivia Newton-John singing, and then the tubes come in and they're playing the rock song, and then the two songs start overlapping together and sync up. And it was just like, oh my God, chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate. We discovered something new here.
It's like talking to VH1.
That's the nicest thing anybody said about me this week.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
Yes. Basically, I'm just, you know what this is? This wrestling show is just the equivalent of best week ever And I love the blank.
You got the Tamagotchis? They're great.
I love the wrestling. That's
Yeah.
going to be my spinoff.
Strikes back.
Yeah. I used to do a show on G4 Icons. You can find some of my episodes online.
Whoa.
That was a total ripoff of Best Week Ever, and total ripoff of like I Love the. But they would literally bring me in, and they would say, "Now talk about Madden football," and I would just sit there and say, "Well, when you think about it, Madden was this, or it was this, or now talk about music games. Well, Parappa the Rapper was this, or it was this," and then like you watch the thing, and it's like it's totally that like just there's a voiceover, and then they cut to Glenn saying a quote. You know?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't pay me to do it. They literally like, "Hey, do you want a G4 t-shirt and a
I'll
beanie?"
do it for free.
Yeah,
I'll do it for free.
Why not?
Why not?
Anyhow, always good to see Naomi get a win on the telly. I've gotten such little sleep this week.
The telly. He's gone absolutely British.
Anyhow, you know what it is, Flobo? I've been saying for years.
You're a heel?
God help me if I ever start watching actual sports, and I've started watching actual sports. Maybe wrestling's not as entertaining as it once was.
Whoa. Are you cutting a promo in the middle of the show?
The WNBA finals were really good this year.
Yeah, it was. Should have been 5 games though.
So Gunther and Cody Rhodes met in the ring.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this today.
Oh.
I was trying to think about what's been the problem in these 200 and some odd days that Cody Rhodes has been champ.
What's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem? Why have we not had the energy, the electricity? And I think it was a mistake to make his shtick going into Mania this whole finish the story thing, because then to the audience, he wins. And that is the natural conclusion of their investment in Cody. And since then, WWE has been desperately looking for a Cody Rhodes sequel of what is this next great adventure he's going to be on. And could some argue that Gunther is that in this weird exhibition match for a title that's completely arbitrary and has no real resonance? I
see what you're saying. Because yeah, the finisher story was what, a whole year, or at least 2 years. We talk about his return to WWE. But one, all wrestling stories have a natural conclusion, and two, you can't really stretch it out forever. Has his opponents been as strong as Roman? No, because Roman was champion for like 4 years before. But you can't tell me that Backlash match or the match he had in Berlin was no good. I mean, I do think that there is something to say about his run. I do think people are loving to do the whoa still. They even did it when did it dry today. So I don't think it's as great as Roman's, but you can't expect anyone after Roman to be great as Roman's.
I mean, Roman, the last chapter of Roman before The Rock, things were a little drawn out. Post Sami Zayn, pre-Rock, a little bit of a lag. But I think that I'm not saying it's been bad. I'm just saying, have you been invested in what Cody Rhodes is up to? Have you felt like Cody Rhodes was in danger? In fact, with Gunther, this is going to be an interesting test. Who wins this match at Crown Jewel?
That's actually more a problem with the SmackDown roster. As good as WWE is on fire right now, it does feel like SmackDown has scraps as far as mid cards or opponents. It's not enough people to fight off of. I think AJ Styles was great, but it wasn't a long-term story. It was kind of hot-shotted and it kind of got cast to the side. But that's the things that Cody needs. Cody thrives on that part.
Yeah. I'm curious. So if Gunther wins, though,
he will.
Is that to set up a rematch? Are we doing like a Rocky thing?
No.
Is he Clubber Lang?
No. My biggest fear is that Saudi Arabia needed something different. So you get these 2 exhibition matches, and then the weaker division is going to win. So I think Gunther is going to beat Cody. I think Nia Jax is going to beat Liv Morgan because of the weaker women's stories, the weaker stories, the 2 of them. And then after a month of holding the title, it'll disappear like Xavier Woods' crown when he won King of the Ring.
But it's super easy to have Rhea interfere and help Liv lose.
Sure, but that's the same result. The result is
okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. So does KO cause Gunther to win? Or Randy
you
Orton.
You want 2 schmozzes? you want two dirty finishes?
I mean, dude, people aren't going to watch this show live. Like this is for a check. People are going to see the clips.
Wow. I will get up in the morning. I'm not doing the after show. I would have gotten up in the morning to watch it because I love Saturday morning wrestling, man.
Yeah.
But it is an exhibition match. And it's not a bad thing. I think exhibition matches are great. I don't understand the desire to win. So when they fought, I get it. They somehow insulted each other. That's what they fought. But like the very nature of them fighting for a prize that has no value in the context of wrestling is kind of weird.
Sunny Star brings up an interesting point. It will be interesting to see if international
private charter.
Well, sure, but we'll see what happens with things in the world. But yes, Gunther winning is interesting. I think Cody has to get it back, though. It has to be his Rocky III story.
Not from Gunther.
Well, but it's, I mean, what's he losing? He's losing a title that just was created for this. But I think Cody's got to get, like, you can't have Cody be the face of the company,
right?
Mr. WWE, and have him lose.
He loses. He goes to Monday Night Raw and in pure babyface fashion goes, "You're the better man." But then someone comes out, gets in Gunther's face. Cody causes Gunther to slip in a banana peel that night. Whoa! And that's it. He gets his little moment to laugh at Gunther's failure, but he still loses the Crown Jewel Championship.
Okay, here's my thought on this. I don't think Liv and Nia are going to have interference. I do think this is how you get to more meaningful KO Cody rematch. This is how you get to Randy Cody. Randy Cody, though, for Survivor Series, that's kind of quick to jump to that. So maybe KO. Yeah, my money's on KO interference.
Cool. I don't even think Cody has a match at Survivor Series personally.
Maybe not. So number one contenders match for a new tag team number one contender. DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Pride of Detroit.
Never been.
I've been there before. I hear it's coming back. I hear Detroit's coming back.
Weren't a fan last time?
It's Detroit's been coming back for.
All right.
I mean, I lived in Michigan as a kid. I was going to Detroit then. I've been back a couple times. Saw the Insane Clown Posse in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Detroit hasn't come back. Yeah. I don't know.
Watched all of the series Detroiters. Love the movie 8 Mile. Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit moved there.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear there's a good vegan food scene.
Oh.
The movie doesn't Don't Breathe take place there?
Never heard of it.
Wait, you didn't hear about Don't Breathe? Oh, dude, you should watch Don't Breathe.
Oh.
Yeah, if you like a good
Xanadu.
No, if you like a good horror suspense thriller, watch Don't Breathe. Don't read anything about it. Just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the better thriller, like not like Terrifier horror movie. It's like a thriller horror movie. One of the better ones of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Yes, Tony Twory. 8 Mile is so good. Let's just let that sit out there for a moment. Man, I love 8 Mile. I'm gonna watch 8 Mile again. I'm just gonna watch the final freestyle battles again because it makes me so happy every time.
Oh my gosh.
Do you think Lotto or Lickety Split, which one do you think had the better?
Oh, the movie's like 20 years old, man.
You don't watch 8 Mile like repeatedly?
No, I don't.
I think Lotto barely lost that battle against B Rabbit.
Fair. I mean, fair. I'll give you that.
And what was Papa Doc gonna say?
Nothing.
Like, well, I know, but originally, like in his head. Okay, here's the deal. Streaming services, I know that you've stopped throwing money at every half-assed and harebrained idea. But hear me out. We get Anthony Mackie, and we make a series called Cranbrook, and now he's, an English teacher, Papa Doc all grown up, but he's haunted by how he choked in that battle at the shelter.
So he taught language arts? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that what? I got to school with more words, bro.
And he's had all these students showing up there that just remind him of B Rabbit. and just gnaws at him. And he's been in his head now for 20 years, because that's 20 plus years. He's been trying to write that perfect rebuttal. It haunts him what he should have said to be Rabbit in that freestyle battle. He's going to track down Jimmy Smith Jr. for that. Basically, this is just Cobra Kai with Anthony Mackie and Eminem, but roll with me on this, because I think there's potential here.
You will bankrupt the studio.
This is easily could go for 5 seasons.
No, it would not. That's an SNL sketch. Tops.
What?
Tops.
Anthony Mackie, like, he's got range, man. I think he could really do this.
He's the least likable MCU character.
Wait, the Falcon is the least likable MCU character?
Okay, besides Captain Marvel. But yes, he is. Wow. He is the least likable.
Wow.
He is.
Wow.
You know, when the Marvel Universe, I could totally get off topic here. The Marvel Universe went off the rails when it was that Winter Soldier and the Falcon, and Falcon was like, I want to buy a boat. No one cares about your boat. It's because I'm a black man. Shut up. Save the world. Do something. I really want that boat, man. I can't believe it. Like, oh, come on. The whole world's going to crap, Falcon. We need you.
I really liked that series. I thought his chemistry with Sebastian Stan was great.
Hated it. I hated him in his boat.
Well, now there's a new Captain America movie coming out.
I'll give it a chance eventually. I'm not paying full price though.
At Thunderbolts, like Marvel's coming back, man. Like Detroit, Marvel's coming back.
I'll give him a bit of the doubt, but I'm telling you one thing: I'm not paying full price to watch Captain Falcon in his boat.
Do you think it starts with him in the boat?
Oh man, to troll me probably. Yeah. Anyway, the match, yes, DIY was great, man. It wasn't the crispest match from the 4 of the men. Did seem things were not working on sync, but the match itself was pretty entertaining. And had that been the main event, I still would have been satisfied. Unlike Captain Falcon, actually Captain Marvel. Sorry, and the Falcon, not Captain Falcon. He's from Smash Brothers.
I like Captain Marvel. I thought the sequel was better than.
The Marvels was great. I feel like
yeah.
Okay, we're totally getting off topic here, but
there was not much happened tonight.
The thing is, it was like we already knew she was badass. Like nobody threatened her. It was like she could take him, she could take him, she could beat him up. It was like it could have been done in half the time.
Have you noticed? This is just, I can't speak to Raw, but SmackDown and NXT both now, like barely anything is happening on these shows.
With the exception of this week's NXT, I agree with you. I think a lot of the things was kind of like match. And
NXT had more this week, but man, those first couple weeks on the C-Dub felt like PLEs.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. And that's, I don't want to wish for the Vince era. Please, I want to say my words carefully.
Don't do not.
No, I'm going to say my words carefully. But I think in the previous regime, it was understood that wrestling was more of a variety show, much to their detriment, because the AEW had its rise because we're being a more sports-based. So now WWE is doing its own sports-based kind of show, and 8 times out of 10, it hits. Motor City Machine Guns against DIY would have headlined a pay-per-view years ago. But the thing is, like, when there's nothing going between it, and all the story is, hey, I want a match. You want a match? You got a match. It can weigh on you over time. So I'm kind of, I guess why I want more comedy characters. I want people with gimmicks are a little bit fun to mix in, like Pretty Deadly. I want more guys to mix it in, so it doesn't seem like you're just watching sports throughout that time.
Feel you. So this is a great match, Motor City Machine Gun, but then the Bloodline comes out to confront them. Oh, and great, you're the new number 1 contenders, and they're like, hey, how about we do this right now? And then Nick Aldis is like, yeah, let's do this right now. And then the last 10 minutes, we got this match between the Bloodline and MCMG, and right there we had an OTC Bloodline, an original Bloodline reunion. Jimmy, Jay, Roman.
Yeah.
Where was Sammy? Where was Sammy Uso?
First of all, Sammy's not an Uso. He's an honorary Uso. He comes later. And second, weren't you hyped for that? Yeah. New champs on TV. Jimmy and Jay are back at the full, and they hugged, bro. And Roman was like, love. It was great.
It was a nice ending. So we're like Survivor Series War Games. We're getting new Bloodline, old Bloodline. Sami Zayn better join the old Bloodline.
First of all, get Sami Zayn away from this as far as possible. Sammy makes things lame. Do not put him in there.
Oh my God, Flobo.
He does.
Why
Look,
would you say that?
I get it. He had one hot Uzi line. It was kind of funny, but he was never in the group. This is supposed to be about family going after the Ula Fala and what it means to be Sahamoan or Tonkin at some point. And here comes goofy ass Sami Zayn with his ska music. Whoa! Coming through the ring. No, don't cheapen it. We don't need comic relief. We need fights. We need a whole war out there.
If the Fast and the Furious films taught us anything, it's that family is more than blood.
I can't argue that, man. You're right.
Yeah.
But if Vin Diesel have a boat, could he afford
if he did, it would have been blown up like 8 times by now.
I want a boat, man. I really want a boat, man.
Why did they rebuild the house exactly the same as the original? Did they do some upgrades at least inside?
I think they did.
Put in a new backsplash, something.
Yeah. Beer Money says.
Yeah. Everybody wants Sammy. The pop will be insane. Flobo, you're wrong here, and he will be serious, not goofy.
Absolutely. So the majority of people there are right. I think Sam's going to come back, and everyone's going to pop, and it's going to be, oh my gosh, it's the Uzi moment. But what I'm saying is, I get that because he was a Bloodline adjacent for so long. But I'm just like, man, if you really want to make this about tribal warfare and why Solo would do this and why the elders would do that, it really should be within the family. But again, I am wrong. I understand that. I just think, to me, I would like to have a Sami Zayn-less storyline.
I'm telling you, man. And as people in the chat are pointing out, like Brax is saying, oh, The Rock's going to act like he's with the original, then turn on them. I'm like, this is what would be great about it, is that I think you could announce Sammy right before. You could have Sammy as a surprise, and then The Rock as the extra surprise. Like this could be. This could be up there if the Bloodline is an ongoing saga, right? Like this could be an epic moment that pays. This could be the Fast Five of the Bloodline universe.
Sure, I get that, but if you look at one side of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and your ace in the hole is Sami Zayn, he'll be broken in half twice over.
Continental champ Sami Zayn.
Come on, he got killed by. Forget it. Just forget it. I can't get rid of this guy. I really can't.
It's got to be 4-on-4.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be The Rock. The Rock's not going to be like, hey, I'm out here.
I don't know.
Because he's not original Bloodline.
Sure. I get it. Look, everything makes sense story-wise to get Sami Zayn in there. And I understand why they would, and the fans will love it. And they're like, oh, Oofy's back. But to me personally, I think it's a mistake. I know I'm going to be on this hill alone on the island of relevancy, but it's okay.
But, okay, so here's my gripe, though, about this. It did kind of step on Motor City Machine Gun's moment to have been like, yeah, new champs. And then just meaningful glances from the original Bloodline were the go home. Like MCMG, like, were they even on stage during that point?
No. But I understand, because unlike you and me, who've been watching wrestling for an infinite number of years, right? I don't know how old you are, but if you're just a SmackDown person, these guys had 3 weeks of promos. They showed up last week and they beat a middling team. Like, it's not really about them at all. It's kind of like that was WWE's way of hedging their bets. Because if they won and Brooklyn was like, whatever, they can say, here's this. Now, remember when Kofi lost his title? The idea was to shuffle him off and have Cain Velasquez come out because they thought no one would care. It was a mistake, but they thought no one would care. So that's them just making sure they have a go-home happy moment for everybody.
Okay. Well, there you go.
These questions in the chat.
I can't wait until Crown Jewel's over and we can get a real War Games build.
Whoa, you don't like Crown Jewel?
It's tough for me to get invested in wrestling. I got to wake up earlier to watch.
Really? Even Backlash?
It's fine. Did anything of huge consequence happen at Backlash?
I mean, the crowd was hot, but it was like
sure.
Also in the middle of the day, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I woke up for Australia. I watched that live.
Oh, yeah. I was in the stands, but yeah.
Yes. It's where your love of Australia and ray gun fandom all began.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it too well.
She got a
You have to watch the video, but Flobo, you're dancing too well.
She got a 0.0, man. Like, can you imagine that you embarrass your country so bad? I can actually go to a costume store and buy this? Like, I would just unsubscribe from life, bro. It's just.
She's going to get a biopic. She's a hero.
Couldn't happen to a better person.
Yeah. Let's do a little preview of Halloween Havoc this Sunday. Kalani Jordan versus either Fallon Henley, JC Jane, or Jasmine Nix.
Well, the numbers game is not in Kalani's favor, but I think she finds a way to pull one out.
Yeah, Women's North American Championship. You don't think JC Jane's going to win that?
No, because I think the winner of that title will be the leader of Fatal Influence. I don't think they want to have that decision yet.
Okay.
It should be Fallon Henley, though.
If it's anyone except Jasmine Nix, I think they could win. If it's Fallon or JC, I think they could win. I feel like NXT owes JC something.
They do. They put her in a second group. She could have faded away from Chase U and not. Yeah, but she found a way to be in a second faction that's basically a replicate of her first faction. Like, that's enough receipts, man.
And they say you can't go back.
Yeah, you can't go home again.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland in an ambulance match.
Talk about things that need to be done. Yeah, it's like this is the LA Dodgers, New York Yankees. I hope they both lose. Chase U has been creatively bankrupt for about 2 years. Ridge Holland isn't a good guy.
Wow.
There's nothing really going on with Chase U.
Ridge brought them down.
I mean, he didn't help them, which I think was the whole point of this. So I hope it's done. I hope Ridge gets hauled off, but he won't because Andre Chase will get hauled off, and hopefully this would end Chase U and try something new.
Okay. You know how I want this to end?
No.
Thea Hale comes out and kicks Ridge Holland in the nuts.
Why?
That is the best ending to this story possible.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I don't hate it. Let's do it. I feel like I've been disagreeing with you all the time. If I can,
it doesn't even matter who wins the match, as long as the last thing that happens is Thea Hale comes out, kicks Ridge Holland in the nuts. And I've argued this. We know that NXT more than any other brand pays attention to the Wrestling Inc. podcast because we know the talent there, the writers there. Like, not a lot of people talk about NXT, so we know they've been paying attention all these years.
I know it pays attention to me. It's all right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if you wanna give us our flowers for all the time we've invested in NXT and let us know that you're paying attention, Thea Hale kicks Ridge Holland in the nuts.
You could have my flowers too. I don't usually get those though.
But yeah, I agree. This has gone on too long. It's not that interesting. What about Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade versus Julia and Stephanie Vaquer? Whoever is going to win this match.
I have my own qualms with putting Cora Jade with Roxanne Perez because frankly, I think they're doing the same gimmick. But man, Julia, as much as I would like to have her on a solo run right now, her and Stephanie Vaquer could be pretty much box office. Maybe they just stick around a little bit longer after this one. I do think that Stephanie Vaquer's horns will probably sell out on Shop Zone a year from now. So I do hope they get the win.
So, I mean, yeah, Stephanie and Julia are winning. What about? I mean, look, Trick Williams is beating Ethan Page. Do I even need to?
Is
it? Come on, really?
I mean, there's Ethan Page is really much
toss it back to Ethan.
¿Por qué no?
Because unless Trick's getting called up,
that cannot be the answer for everything.
But that's got to be the answer for this. Actually, oh shit! What if? Okay, here's my pitch.
Uh-oh.
And this kinda is a little continuity jumping, but remember they did the same thing with Bayley and Sasha. Kinda. Trick loses. Trick interferes, helps Carmelo beat LA Knight. Well, helps Carmelo pin Andrade to win the United States Championship. And we ignored the fact that they were feuding the same way that like Sasha brought Bayley up like they were BFFs.
Oh, I think Trick is willing. I was just trying to be a troll job, but I like that idea too.
Yeah, but if he loses, you can't just lose it for Ethan Page. Although, dude, what was up? Like, look, I've definitely released some hip hop of questionable quality in my lifetime. But that Ethan Page rap video.
Wait, you just can't just drop that nugget of wisdom. Where are your rap albums? Sir?
We've talked about this before on the podcast. Like,
it's Halloween, man. Scary, dog.
Fans know. But Yeah, that Ethan Page thing was like an SNL digital short, but not funny.
Hey, I think SNL digital shorts are kind of a crapshoot to begin with, but it's fine.
The hip hop ones are usually pretty good.
True. In the Alone Island days, for sure.
Yeah. That Natalie Portman rap, I still listen to that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Is Boy Dance Party considered a rap? No, I guess not. It's more like a chanting rock anthem.
Chanting rock anthem.
Boy Dance Party.
So, but let's talk about the real main event. Tony D'Angelo versus Obafemi for the North American Championship.
Tony has to retain here.
He has to, but yeah, I think it's time for Oba to go for that main title.
Yeah, Oba's main title. He beat Crucifino this week. Tony has to get the dub.
There you go. There you go.
Are you looking forward to Halloween Havoc? Are you just?
I like Halloween Havoc. No, I'm not. I'm in pink tonight. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you are. You are.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah,
it's good to see you, Flobo. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it totally has, man. It's been 2 weeks. They put me in the lead spot when you're gone, so I'm glad you're back.
Me too. Okay, man. You can find Flobo Boyce. I'm at Glenn Rubenstein. Everybody, I'll be back here next Friday talking about SmackDown. And tune to Wrestling Inc. for Raw coverage on Monday. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. Catch you back here next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.